especially when you have emotions, history, and misunderstanding getting in the way. But what if some of the things that you're doing or not doing, they are actually unintentionally hurting your kids? In this video, I'm going to be discussing and walk through 7 common co-parenting mistakes that many parents, even myself back in the days, I used to make, and how to fix them and fix them quickly and fast. These are very practical, tested principles that can help restore peace, rebuild trust, and create a very healthy environment for your child to thrive. I'm hoping that by the end of this video, you will know exactly what to do and the things that you need to avoid and the things that you need to start doing differently and how you can start seeing peace in your relationship with your co-parents faster. Number 1, talking negatively about your co-parents. When you talk negatively, you talk badly. I know when you're coming from a place of hurts, you don't watch what you say. But actually, when you talk badly about your co-parents, your child feels torn, because they see themselves as 50% of you and 50% of the other co-parents. So when you attack your co-parents, you know what you're doing? They don't hear frustrated. To them, it's like half of them is bad. Half of you have given birth to this beautiful, wonderful child. So 50% is you, 50% is them. The year is, does that make me a bad person as well? But instead, keep your adult issues between the two of you. If you need to vent, call your girlfriend, call your friends, call a coach, or go see your pastors, but not your child. You need to be able to protect their emotional world. You want them to have this holistic way of living when they grow up tomorrow. And imagine you're always saying bad stuff about the one side, and you now need to let them go into that space. All they will be seeing is what you're saying to them. This person is horrible. This person is that. You're not helping them to have a proper relationship with the other side. I think we need to really protect their emotional being. Then we need to really protect the minds of our children. Second mistakes that we do often as well, we use our kids as messengers. When parents start communicating through kids because you adults do not want to talk to each other. So you start sending, tell your dad this, tell your mom, I'm picking you up next week at 5. You're putting that child in the middle of adult tension. And they should not be carrying such emotional weights. And if you're doing this, please stop it. Do not use the children, do not use the kid as a messenger. You want to get a message, even if you don't want to talk to the person, send them a very peaceful and respectful communication. There is SMS, you can leave a voice note. So instead, use your direct communication means. You can text, you can email, you can use co-parenting apps. You can actually leave a voice note. There's so many countless of ways that you can get a message to your co-parents. Just keep it simple, keep it factual, and keep it respectful. And the third mistake, competing for your children's love. This one, we are all guilty of. Myself sitting here, I was guilty of that, trying to be the fun and hip mother, one that you can talk with. Instead of being a parent, you want to be their friend, you want to be their buddy that you hang out with. You want to be that cool parent, the one who gives more gifts, more hugs, more love, more everything. You stuff their face with all kind of junk food. But when you compete for it, when you do compete for affection, you create more confusion. Kids start to feel guilty for loving both parents, Don't put them in that position. You should complement each other, align your values, align your love. Yes, if daddy likes to take him on or her on expensive trip or restaurants, let him enjoy it. If you also like to walk in a park, go swimming, You also find your time, what you can be able to do, but competing for your children's love. No, that's is wrong. We don't want to let the kids start to feel guilty. Like, oh gosh, do I need to love? Who should I love? Oh, mom is doing No, please, let's not put our children in this position. Instead, what I will encourage for us to do is try to focus on doing things that are very consistency. Consistency is best, not competition. Love your child unconditionally, no matter what. So instead, focus on consistency, not on competition. And number 4, when we stop ignoring boundaries. Maybe you text late, you show up without notice, you keep rehashing old issues that has happened in your relationships. You don't need none of that. Boundaries protect peace. You need to set your boundaries, because without them, you are actually opening the doors for conflict, and conflicts will multiply. When somebody doesn't have their boundaries, they can sit in their house and call you at 12 o'clock midnight thinking that they have that privilege to do that. They can turn up in your house at odd hours. So you need to ensure that there is boundaries, and the boundaries are supposed to be respectful and clearly spoken of. Agree on clear communication times. Agree on clear pickup times. So ensure that there is clear communication on times, on pickups, on schedules, and on topics that you guys are going to be talking about. Because at this stage, I'm expecting that the only thing that you both should be talking about is to do with co-parenting, nothing else, not what happened in your relationship. Nobody wants to hear about that anymore. And you need to stick to those rules, stick to those boundaries. Respect is not about liking each other. It's about keeping peace for the child. And the next one is the mistakes that we do when we always make the child to choose sides. Guilty. I used to be guilty about that one. Yes. When you ask your child, who do you prefer? Who do you like to stay with? Who do you want to stay with? Or did your dad say that? Did your dad say that? It's push, I didn't even know that I was actually pushing my child into some form of emotional tug of war. It's really bad. I don't think we should be in a position where we're asking the child, oh, where do you enjoy staying most? Do you enjoy staying over at daddy's, or do you enjoy staying at mommy's? Or who does this better? Or do mommy does this better? Who cooks better? I think we should stop doing that. Instead of making our children choose sides, I think what would be best is for us to the space for them to love us freely. And we want to give them peace. So when we allow the kids to be able to thrive in the both homes, both lives, we are actually taking conflict out of the picture. You're now giving them that platform to be themselves, to grow up and have a beautiful childhood. And mistake number 6, I'm laughing because not keeping promises or consistency. Sometimes in this co-parenting journey, you make promises to yourself that I'm going to change. Oh, I'm going to be doing this. When I text, I'm not going to get angry. Even if he's really pushing me, I'm not going to make all these promises. But how long does it take? Is it like January 1st when we see all these New Year's promise, and then by March, or not even March, maybe by the end of January, we kick all of them out of the way? Kids thrive on stability. When one parent say one thing and then they show up but doesn't, when you say something and then time to act, you act differently, or you keep changing the plans. I'm taking you out for your birthday, or we're doing this. You're making all these beautiful promises, but yet you're not able to fulfill any. This really sends out a message that you cannot be a dependable parent. And this is not a great place that any parent wants to be, because that child will grow up thinking, my parent was never there for me. That's why not making too many promises is even good. what you can be able to do, and do them constantly, consistently. Let your schedule be very fixed. At least there'll be a time when things will change. If you used to take them up every Saturday, pick them up every Saturday, there's going to be time maybe you have other engagements on Saturdays, but let it be consistent. Maybe not a fixed day. Say, okay, every week we're going to be spending time together, or every month we're going to be going there together. So at least he looks forward to that. If plans must change, go back and explain. Be calm about it, but reassure them that this is out of my way, maybe because of work or because of another issue, because of this reason, I am not going to be able to make our agreed time. However, what about this other time? So you're assuring them. Plans do change, but you need to find a way to explain to them, let them understand. And then the last one, forgetting that healing is also parenting. This is, for me, this is the one that is very powerful, because sometimes we focus so much on managing the other person, the other co-parents, that we forget to manage our own healing. You need to heal as well. And your peace, how you are, really affects your child's peace as well. Your growth will give them stability. So it's time for you to remove focus on the co-parents and put the refocus on yourself. One thing I would advise for us to do as co-parents is for us to do our inner work. Find a way. For me, I do two things. I pray a lot. I journal a lot. I have quiet time with God. I spend time in worship. For me, that is my own therapy. But if you can even get to therapy if you want, because a healing parent would automatically or systematically raise up a peaceful child. That is the transformation I want for you. And it starts with avoiding these 7 mistakes that I've just listed in this video. Created something to help you start this journey peacefully right away. My 7 co-parenting mistakes that really hurts kids. Free guide that's listed out all the mistakes that we do as co-parenting and what we need to do instead. To set out boundaries, to respect how we speak, how we communicate clearly, and how to protect our peace. We encourage you to download it in the description and start practicing peaceful co-parenting today. If this video has spoken to you, please like, share, subscribe for more encouragement and practical tools to help you thrive with purpose in parenting, in your career, in faith, and in life. Thank you so much for dropping by today. Hope to see you in my next video. Till then, happy parenting, stay blessed, and stay inspired. Bye.